Hey people, Wall here. Today I'll be talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla plus its DLCs. I enjoyed my time playing the game. Every new kingdom that you had to try and make an alliance with had its own story, filled with betrayals and new friendships. Those parts were good, but I felt like it ended really badly. The good. This has the most voice acting that I've seen in any game. The story was pretty much really good in my opinion, until the end. I didn't like how it ended. The graphics are alright. The game runs good when it's not crashing. Gameplay is good. Audio is good. Was kind of quiet at the start, but as time went on, it got louder. Alt-tabbing out and back in once somehow made the game louder. The DLC items from Ragnarok helped a lot. That armor set lets you make shards fall from the sky onto enemies while fighting. The game is easy. Has a lot of accessible features. Has a lot of ways to make your game run better. Good UI and saving system. Big skill tree. You can turn on a one-hit kill for assassin kills in the menu. Lots of mounts to buy. A nice world to explore. The game is better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The bad. The game crashes kind of frequently. The game is too long, though I felt it was rightfully long, because the story was huge. I still think it was too long. I didn't like the end of the story. I'm not sure how the Animus machine works. Isn't it just a simulation? Are people just experiencing someone's life that was probably true? Like, what if what happens in that world may be wrong? Or is that machine a time-traveling device? When someone is using that machine, how would they be able to feed themselves? It seems like the only way to get out of it is to have someone at the computer do something to get you out of that world. But what makes this kind of bad story is that a certain person uses this machine near the end, while the two important people who have been working in that room and on this project for a very long time just leave that other person alone, and now he's just in the machine. Will he ever be fed by the time they get back, or will he die? It seems like they're going to a very far place to go and get some secretive guy, so I don't know. The crack lady woman annoys me. Well, all the real world parts annoy me. I wish it was just a supernatural game about Vikings, but it isn't. Even though you can farm money with the DLC, the main base game doesn't give you enough money, so you don't have enough money to buy those statues and stuff for your village. Even though those statues are just cosmetics for your village, it's just a waste of someone's work. Like, it makes it so that you should only be buying the materials to upgrade your stuff, and that's it. If I didn't have a fully upgraded DLC item set, I would have been a bit upset. Those materials take so much money and time to get. Note that there are two unique separate ways to upgrade items. The community ain't that great, just a bunch of people complaining about their addiction to third-party digital images. The more you play, the main story starts to show the same faces, but they're a different person. There was a part where Basim was talking to some priest person, and after their conversation ended, it started up again, but their voices changed into different people and they were talking about something. This happened once more, but with different characters. I think there's a problem in the coding. Conclusion. I don't know if I actually beat a base game because I stopped playing during the Ragnarok expansion. I was doing each story quest in order of their power level and had 2 left to do. I enjoyed playing most of the game. When it was just Evia doing her thing and gaining alliances, it was great. I felt the end of this game's story was bad, though. I seriously don't understand why the kings and queens would go into battle by themselves and not bring their army, or at least some of it. That last battle that I had was so underwhelming, especially for everything that we have done up to that point, and then the later cutscene in the real world really made me hate where this story was going. I wish the game would have just cut out all that Asgard and real world stuff and just have made a story about Vikings with an actual good ending. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Season Pass Review. You need it to get the other expansions. I enjoyed the expansions, but I feel mixed about them. They aren't good, but they also aren't bad. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Wrath of the Druids Review. It was an alright DLC, not bad but not great. I liked the story for what it is and I was entertained. It seems like there's always some kind of romance that the game tries to subject you to. I never did it, but I wish it wasn't there. Seems like the romance is in the game because the devs think boys will get excited about it, even when the boys realize that the sex scenes are just a fade out and holds nothing tangible to the actual plot. It's just a side thing you can do. The ending for the DLC wasn't that great. It felt like a 360 turn for a character. There was an okay light show, but it was a simple answer and quick cutscene to the end plot. Then you had to ride slowly to the end area. I could never understand why the NPCs don't make their horses run. For a title called Wrath of the Druids, I kind of expected to kill more druid-looking enemies in swampy locations, but the game is pretty much just doing the same old raiding castles with knights inside. Oh, and you don't need to kill all cult for this DLC. It's entirely optional. I hate that the game tried to make you actually go looking for clues and stuff in this big world to kill the cult. I didn't even know where to start, even when the clue tells you some vague location hint. I ended up using guides to find a guy named Seed, but even the guides tried to make you go after a guy named Deer first because Deer has a clue to find Seed. I just went to the location where Seed is and killed him and finished the quest. I dunno. I highly doubt that killing all the cult would make any difference to the story. It feels like it's literally just wasting the player's time, yet again. I did like this DLC, so I don't think it should be skipped. And the system to make materials can be used to farm money, which is nice. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Siege of Paris review. I enjoyed playing it, but there were moments in the story that I didn't really feel right with. I liked that there was an option to actually change the story with a choice, but I kinda wish there wasn't. I just want to be told the story that the devs think is best. The end cutscene of the DLC was kind of underwhelming. Again though, I enjoyed the DLC. The characters and choices that you can make actually affect the story, and it just shows that there was a lot of work done to create this, and I like that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok review. This is the DLC that made me finally stop playing the game. After seeing what I believe to be the ending of the main game, I'm kinda tired of the game, but I went ahead to try and do the next quest, which was do the ritual. It has a power level of 340, I think. The other last quest to do was the Return to Asgard quest, which has a power level of 350. Anyways, the first quest in this game says you have to find all the shelters in the world, and the world is kind of big, and I'm here thinking, why do I have to do this? What purpose does finding all these shelters have for the story? Like seriously, some big fetch quest to progress some kind of story? So I made it to one spot where I'm now doing a new quest where I have to find some suitor's daughter. I talked to everyone in the town and no one can really help me. Maybe I'm an idiot in not figuring it out and giving the game enough time, but literally everyone just says to leave them alone. I fixed the chimney for that guy, but that was it. I dunno, man. Just so much BS to do something so simple. All I want is a story to follow, but I've only found one clue in this small town out of 3. No matter what I do, nothing is progressing the story. One hint for my quest is that the people of this town will only talk to Muspels. I don't even know what a Muspel is. Heavy said that he needs to disguise himself, but I don't know how. I tried turning into a lava hard rock person by using my new spell and talking to some people, but it didn't help. Now that spell is over and it takes a lot of time and work to get that magic energy back from plants to just use that spell once, so I can't use that spell anymore. Oh, and another quest was to gather some materials or some crap. At this point in the game I'm pretty tired of all this grindy crap. My DLC gear is maxed out and I just want the story to flow. I guess it doesn't help that I don't like Heavy or this Asgard world. Loki is just this whining witch who I find insufferable. And Heavy just annoys me, and the only thing about him is that he's afraid of wolves and he apparently wants to save his son who died. The son dying thing is a good story to follow, but I feel like it's done in the worst way. The game starts you off in some maze-like mountain and then you have to go through it to get out. And then you have to find some shelter that's hidden. And then you find it and it's in some hole, so you dive all the way down. And then you have to get out and it's this little walk through a cavern. It's just like, I'm pretty tired of this. Is this what we as gamers have to go through to just progress a story? Is every quest or shelter like this? I got lost at one point trying to find it and fought some lava enemies beside a tall flag, and then I tried to follow invisible signs that you can only see when you use your special skill to get to the shelter. It's too much and I've had enough. I think it's time to stop playing. Oh, and I guess what also hurts this expansion is that I'm currently on the world map screen, but it won't allow me to go back to my main home, so now I can't do that last quest in that witch's house, which is the level 350 Return to Asgard quest. I really wanted to finish this game entirely, but I guess I never will. Oh well. More content to come. Stay tuned.